This game sucks. Castlevania 1 and 3 are great classic Nintendo games, but for Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, the game designers obviously were not thinking straight. At first, it seems like a pretty decent game, a little different from the first in the series, but that's okay. Zelda 2 was different from the first, Mario 2 was different, but they were all good. The first thing that's strikingly different is the fact that you have to go through towns, talk to people, and buy stuff. Never really minded that. It makes it a little more like an adventure story, and it's kind of like Zelda, so that's okay. But the first problem comes in when it changes from day to night. Why does this need to happen so often? Like every 5 minutes? Why does it take so long? Nobody feels like sitting through this every time. How would you like it if you were playing a game and then every 5 minutes I came over and paused it, then counted 10 tedious seconds and then let you continue to play the game? Now, I mean, why did they think that that would be a good idea and interrupt the gameplay? Did they think it would be more realistic? I mean, in real life, I don't have to stop in my tracks when the sun sets and a fucking box doesn't pop up in the air. I mean, this is one of the most annoying features in any game ever. What's the point? Yeah, I mean, the monsters are stronger at night and the stores are closed, but why is that necessary and why does the game have to stop? It's fucking retarded. And why do you have to die when you fall in the water? That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. This guy can go all over fighting hordes of evil monsters, but he can't even fucking swim? Sometimes I don't feel like going down the stairs just to get down to ground level. I mean, there's no reason I should have to do that when I can just take a shortcut and jump down. But oops, I shouldn't do that. There might be water down there. Another thing that's really annoying about this game is the fact that you have to buy weapons and items. I mean, still, that's not uncommon. You know, like I said, that's the same thing you have to do in many great games like Zelda, but let me explain. Here you have to collect hearts, which count as money. I mean, that's kind of odd, because usually hearts count as life or energy, you know, so that's kind of strange, but, you know, that's not the point. The point is that the items you need to buy are too fucking expensive, and the hearts don't add up enough. It takes too long to get enough of them to buy something, and it gets boring wandering around killing the same monsters over and over again just so you can buy a flame whip or something. Speaking of flame whip, that's pretty weird itself, isn't it? I mean, they were really being creative with that one, the flame whip. Anyway, about the hearts. It takes too long to buy stuff, and to add on to the problem, when you die, you lose all your hearts and you have to start all over again. I mean, doing this doesn't add to any of the game's difficulty or challenge, it just makes us have to do more of the same monotonous stuff over again, and it's not fun, it's boring. Oh look, I finally got enough hearts to go and buy a plant that I need to cross the swamp. Now let me get to the store. Oh shit, it's fucking nighttime. Now the stores are all closed and I have to wait for it to turn day again. Oh well, I might as well kill some zombies in the meantime and stock up on some more hearts. Oh shit, now I gotta start all over again. One of the worst things in the game are the pitfalls, which are areas where there's like stones or blocks that look like you could walk on them, but instead you just fall through. It's impossible to tell where these spots are the first time walking through, so you just have to keep throwing holy water all over to see where they are. It's retarded. Why should I have to do that? Again, it doesn't add up to any of the fun, challenge of the game. It's just unfair and it's annoying. In the dungeons, there's no bosses at the end, which is a big disappointment. Every Nintendo gamester knows that at the end of a level or a dungeon, labyrinth, or whatever, there's always supposed to be a big guy who you fight. But here, they just got lazy and only put a few bosses in the game and left some of the dungeons just empty, like this one. So most of the dungeons you go through, the mansions to be exact, there's nothing at the end except for a crystal orb that you can't touch. In the rest of the Castlevania games, the tradition goes like this. You fight a boss, you defeat him, then an orb comes down, and you touch it. There you go, on to the next level. But in Castlevania 2, how would you ever figure out that you're supposed to throw an oak stake at that orb? I mean, when you first get the oak stake, you assume it's a weapon, and you throw it only to find that it does absolutely nothing, and that you waste it by throwing it, so you have to get it all over again. There are parts in the game that are definitely not self-explanatory and are too hard to figure out. Take this dead end, for example. Would you guess that you're supposed to pass through this wall? How? You have to kneel down by it for like 10 seconds. Now still, that's not enough to make it so cryptic and hidden that we can't figure it out. Oh, please give us more for our buck and make it harder so we can wander around the whole game and exhaust every possibility before we find out. Okay, guess what? You need to have a red crystal selected and be kneeling down and wait a little while before this magic tornado comes and takes you to the next part of the game. Most of the townspeople have things to say which aren't important at all, so why do you have to read them? Here in the dungeons, there's books that you may find which actually give you clues about things in the game that you may need to know about. But when I find these books half the time, it's by accident, so I may hit the button and cancel it out, which means that I don't even get to read it and I don't have a second chance. Why can't I do that when it changes from day to night? That would actually be helpful. So what the game designers figured is this. It isn't absolutely necessary for me to read about how to find Dracula's castle or what I'm supposed to do with an oak stake, but what I do need to read, again and again, constantly, is the morning sun has vanquished the horrible night. How about vanquish this horrible game? The only sure way to get through this awful game is to enter a code, but even that is way more tedious than it should be. While most of the Castlevania games have symbols you enter for a code, this one just has a whole bunch of numbers. I mean, like, one of those little parts would be enough for a password, but why 4? Like, why so many? In general, I hate games that have passwords like this because sometimes they have uppercase and lowercase letters. Like, the L's, look like I's, the zeros look like O's, the 8's look like 5's. So, why does there have to be so many digits? Like, why can't it just be numbers or something? Like, just numbers and not letters. I mean, it takes me like 5 minutes to enter this code when it should only take like 5 seconds. It's friggin' stupid. Okay, so say we enter the code and we go to Dracula's castle. You'll be pretty disappointed how anticlimactic this game is. It isn't even worth putting in a code, let alone playing the whole game all the way through, which if you did, I feel bad for you. I mean, first of all, there's no enemies in Dracula's castle. You just walk all the way through, and the only obstacles are just like going up and down steps, which won't hurt you, and they aren't challenging either. They're just tedious. I mean, what the hell is the point of going through the castle if there's nobody to fight? Did the game designers just like run out of time or something? So then you get up to Dracula, and guess what? He doesn't look anything like Dracula. Instead, he looks like a Grim Reaper, and he throws sickles. I mean, did the people who made this game even know what Dracula is? He's a fucking vampire. Alright, on top of everything, Dracula's way too easy. Check this out. This is a trick that I discovered myself, and so could you without the help of any strategy guide. When Dracula first appears, he stands there for a while, and he gives you plenty of time to land lots of free hits. Not only does he stand there for a long time, but everything that hits him will stun him and give you even more time. Naturally, you'll probably be using the flames because it's one of the most effective weapons in the game, but using it against Dracula, it makes it simply impossible for him to even do anything. He has no chance. The second you start throwing that shit at him, you've already won. I mean, why is it that easy? Did they even test this shitty game out before they released it? What a piece of shit. I mean, I feel horrible that I had to play this game in order to make this video, but I did it to demonstrate its dreadfulness, and I forced myself to play it just so that you don't have to. So you should thank me for telling you to stay away from this horrible, steaming pile of goat shit. I mean, I know it's useless complaining about a game that was made back in the late 80s or earlier 90s or whatever, but it just blows my mind how fucking horrible it is. I mean, it's consistently annoying. Why? Why is it so bad? If all these problems were changed, then we'd have a great trilogy of classic Castlevania games, but history is history, and we might as well try to count Castlevania 3 as, the second in the series, and leave this awful piece of horseshit alone, as it stands today as one of the biggest fuck-ups of all time. Thank you for listening. Good night. The ending sucks too. Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, may be a pretty bad game, but it is God compared to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That game is just the epitome of bad. I mean, I know you played a lot of bad games before, but no, let me tell you, that game is bad. I mean, it's like Castlevania 2. You expect it to be like, no, it's like you expect it to be good because it's one of the Castlevania games. It's a sequel, but it's like such a disappointment that it's such a big fucking piece of shit. But Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and a lot of other Nintendo games, there isn't any expectations. There's no disappointments to be had because they're just, rare, obscure games like, Mick Kids or Taxman or whatever, But Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, as rare and obscure as it is, you play it once and you're haunted for life. I mean, I'm traumatized after playing it. I can't believe how bad it is. No, I mean, it's bad. Like, that's why I'm coming in front of the camera right now to show you with my own face how fucking bad it is. I mean, with Simon's Quest, you heard the sincerity in my voice, but now see the sincerity in my eyes. This game is fucking horrible! It's fucking horrible! I mean, it's like Pong is better, and Pong is only like 3 lines in a ball. Those little Tiger like electronic wrist games, those are better than Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. It makes no fucking sense. It's like, what were they thinking? Like, I seriously can't believe how bad that fucking game is. It's so bad that I'm not even going to show it to you because it's just... I mean, maybe you need some kind of proof. Maybe I should show you some clips from the game. It's going to be really hard, though. I just don't want to play it right now. I really don't want to play it. I don't even want to look at the fucking box that encases that piece of shit. That game's fucking bad. It's fucking horrible. I'm gonna show it to you though, just to prove how bad it is. But I warn you. Here it goes. Here it is. Here's the piece of shit game. Who the hell spent this much fucking money on this game? This is so not worth the time. First of all, who are these people trying to kill you? Why do you walk so slow? And the staff doesn't do anything. Look at this. I'm going to try to kill somebody. It's not going to work. See that? It's like they give you a weapon and then it doesn't do anything. I mean, imagine if in Zelda, imagine if Link couldn't use his sword. And then look, then you die. And then you turn into Mr. Hyde, I guess. You walk around punching people and throwing shit. And then for no reason, you just die. Lightning will strike, like, real spontaneous, then you're dead. And then the game's over. What the fuck is that shit? Okay. You've seen the game. Now, that should satisfy all your curiosity. If you are curious enough to play it, just do yourself a favor and don't. I mean, if you're like a hardcore Nintendo fan, as I am, and you have to have every single game in your collection, please do yourself an enormous favor and just stay the fuck away from this awful piece of shit. I mean, don't even buy it, like, used for like a penny or whatever. I mean, that shiny gold copper will be worth a fortune someday compared to this awful pile of steaming goat shit. I mean, don't even download it. Like, no matter how curious you are, just do yourself a favor, never play it, because you will be wishing for the rest of your life that you could invent a time machine and go back to the day you played that game and just fucking kill yourself. I mean, if you ever find the game, if you ever see it, smash it. Smash it with a hammer. Smash it till every tiny fragment is so small it's invisible. I mean, you'd rather super glue your asshole shut than play that game. You'd rather drown in gasoline. You'd rather, the thing is, you think I'm joking, like I'm trying to be funny or something. The fact that that game exists is a horrible abomination of mankind. That game is so fucking horrible. And I am not kidding. I am dead fucking serious. Dead fucking serious. This game is ass. Fuck. Die! You try to help me now, man? Well, let me be honest with you about this one. Ooh boy, I hate this game. I mean, it makes me want to kill myself. Now, the only comforting thing to know is that everybody seems to share my frustration. Karate Kid is a game that has haunted many of our childhoods. I mean, everybody has the same story. I love the movie, so I got the Nintendo game, and I couldn't stand it. Yet, I had to keep on playing it because I had to beat it. So, what is it about this game that's drawn so many unfortunate kids to turn into bitter adults, reminiscing on their angry childhood, screaming at the TV, throwing the controllers? I mean, anybody who has beaten this incredibly hard piece of shit will not have any sense of satisfaction, but rather regrets, because it is a complete waste of fucking time. I mean, it's like coming out of a brutal fight, being the winner, but achieving nothing for all your troubles, but some bloody bruises and broken bones. It's just not worth it. The biggest problem is that the control is so awkward. You have to press up to jump, which doesn't really help because you can only go straight up in the air. It gotta be like absolutely still. And if you touch an enemy, you fly in the opposite direction. You can't get close enough to really attack anybody. You die in every pit, and it's so easy to fall into them. So every time you get hit near a pit, you're basically dead. Level 1 is ridiculously easy. You just fight one-on-one and then you kick the shit out of everybody, and there you go, you win. You do it again and again. Now level 2 is where we get to the side-scrolling gameplay. It's almost a rip-off of Kung Fu, but much worse. Every once in a while there's these stupid bonus stages which are next to impossible. I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say that it would be easier to do this in real life. Now, when you get to level 3, there's a typhoon, so the wind keeps pushing you back. And if that's not enough, there's these twigs and birds flying through the air. Every possible projectile hurts you and makes you fly back, and there's pits everywhere. I hate this game, but why am I playing it? Well, that's the question everyone has asked themselves, and they all have the same reason. Because you're angry and you want to win. You want to beat the Nintendo, but the cold fact is that nobody cares but you. Then you get to level 4 and holy shit is it hard. You can't get near anybody to attack them, and they all have these long spears that make you fly back. You can sometimes hit people when you're walking uphill, but when you're going down, you can't really attack low enough to hit them. They're all basically just bullying up on you, and they just knock you all around, and there's nothing you can do. And guess what? That's the last level, and if you are expecting some big ending to be worth all your trouble, well, you're wrong. The only thing that happens at the end is that Mr. Miyagi winks. What a piece of shit. I mean, I guess they decided because the game's only 4 levels long, it better be the hardest 4 levels ever. Well, how about this? How about if I made a game where there's just this one cliff you have to jump over and it's like nearly impossible, but if you do it, you win the game and that's it. I mean, what the hell were they thinking with this piece of shit? What the hell? Now, if you're a serious Nintendo collector, do yourself a favor, don't get this game because it's not worth it. I mean, it's made many lives miserable. And, you know, if you see it on sale for $1, just stay away. Don't even touch it. Alright, I haven't played this one in a while, so let's give it a chance. Alright, well this is really an inconvenience having to search for stuff. Look at this, you go around and you search for things. Searching. It's empty. It's so slow. Now this is kind of fun though, you get to punch people. We're gonna beat up Roger Rabbit now. Yeah! The only thing that's really annoying is that it takes so long to charge that punch. Oh! You know what? It isn't fun. You know, it just isn't at all. It's just a pain in the fucking ass. Can you help me? Go away, you horrid man. How about go away, you horrid game? Driving the car is really annoying because the control's so awkward. Then these weasels catch you, and they make you solve riddles, and they're always the stupidest riddles too. Like, what animal can you never trust? A cheetah. And how is this cat gonna kill you? And look at this. This is the longest password ever. Would it have killed them to make this any shorter? It takes forever. Like, why should any game take like 10 minutes to type in the fucking password? So then you go into this nightclub and you find Jessica Rabbit, and then she tells you to go find her phone number, like she can't just give it to you. So you go around and you search every table till you find it, and then, you know, I was looking all over this game, like where is there a phone where you can actually call her? And it wasn't until much later, when I grew up, that I found out you're really supposed to call her. This is Jessica Rabbit? Well, I got your number and I'm calling just to say fuck you.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
Yeah, well, I hope you're proud of yourself, and you know what I mean, you fucking whore.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Yeah, well, wait till I draw your suicide note in your own blood, you bunny fucking bitch. I'm coming over, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill your whole motherfucking family. Alright, well now that I got that out of my system, let's continue with the game. So you go into the stores, and the way you buy stuff is ridiculous. You go up, and then you have to, like, go through all your items till you select the wallet, use the wallet, and then this item drops down and you go pick it up. Now there's only one item for sale at a time, so you have to leave the store, then you come back in, and then there's something different there. So if you're looking for something in particular, you have to keep leaving the store and coming back in. Like, imagine if in real life, like if I walked into a liquor store and I wanted Rolling Rock, and all they had there was Budweiser just sitting on a box next to the counter, so then I have to leave, then I have to come back in again, and then there's something else, and I have to keep walking in and out the door till I get what I want. It's just, like, what were they thinking? So you finally get the dynamite, and you come over to blow up this brick wall, and watch this, it's probably the best explosion ever. Yeah, look at that. That was pathetic. So then you get to Judge Doom, and he's like impossible. And most of the things you have are just useless. You have a gun, which really doesn't do anything. You know what? I'm not even gonna punish myself anymore with this piece of shit. Alright, the game sucks. End the story. I want to nail Roger Rabbit to the fucking cross. The original Ninja Turtles is one of the most annoying games I've ever played. You first play it and think, well, this can't be too bad. The control's decent, it's fun killing things, the sound effects are cool. You may even think I'm trying to compare it to the sequels, which are far superior. 2-player, arcade action, beat up a bunch of foot soldiers. good stuff. But this first one is garbage. And you may be like, you know, come on, it's the first of its kind, be easy on it. But no, it sucks. It sucks ass from a straw. And you want to know why? Well, where do I begin? That beeping sound when you're low on energy, I mean, that's so annoying. Now look at that. Now, how the hell am I supposed to get up there? That's impossible. And who is that guy with the chainsaw anyway? Remember him from Ninja Turtles? I sure don't. The only way I can get up there is with Donatello, the turtle with the longest weapon. Come on, get over here, you fucknut. Alright. Okay, all of that just for a pizza? Pizza shit. Okay, here's a trick I think everybody knows. When you're fighting Rocksteady, you jump up onto these crates with Donatello and you just keep hitting him with your bow. Now, what's really weird is the timing. I mean, you have to hit him when he's sort of ducking, not when he's standing up. I guess that would make too much sense. So it's obviously a game flaw. Then there's that level where you have to save the dam. April O'Neil says, "You have my support." Okay. What the hell did she ever do for you? Stupid banana raincoat wearing bitch. So you have to swim around and deactivate all these bombs. And there's so many things out there to kill you, and you have a time limit, so naturally you're rushing to make it through as fast as you can. And all these electric plants hurt you, so you need a lot of patience. But how could you have patience when you're in a fucking hurry? Fuck! Level 3 is like a maze. You're in the turtle van going around, and there's steamrollers coming at you from everywhere. And you know what I always thought was really weird? Why does the turtle van have the same energy bar as the turtle that you have selected? Like, shouldn't it have its own since it's like a vehicle and not, you know, the turtle? Never mind. So here's a pop quiz. Who are the target audience for this game? Kids. Kids who were fans of Ninja Turtles. Now, you think they would have actually have put more Ninja Turtle characters in the game? Like Baxter Stockman, the Rat King, Krang. I mean, it's not like Krang was like a minor character that came in the 5th season of the show. Krang was right there from the beginning. So, like, there was no excuse. There was no excuse not to have him there. I mean, instead, make way for the missile balloons, flying robot head, those little butterfly things, Mr. Fireman. And why don't you hear the Ninja Turtles theme song anywhere in the game? What a piece of shit. You know what I hate? The fucking jumps in the sewer. If your accuracy is slightly off, you're going down. So you really gotta take your time and watch what's coming up. Oh, you son of a fuck. And you know what pisses me off? They're turtles, for fuck's sakes. They can't even swim? And look at this shit right here. These spike walls come at you like an Indiana Jones booby trap. And some game designer who's laughing their ass off just decided to put a pizza down there. Okay, well, what's the point? I mean, are you going to be suicidal enough to go and try to get that pizza? I mean, who's going to do that? It's impossible. What a joke. And speaking of hard to reach pizzas, look at this. Come on. Oh, you fuck rat. This is just a bunch of cockadookie. This is bullfuck. Jesus Christ almighty. Holy shit. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh man. Why is this game so hard? It's for kids. Have mercy. And why does this jump have to be so close to the ceiling? Fuck this game. And you know what pisses me off? Every time you fall down, you have to walk through the entire room all over again. All the enemies come back, so you have to fight everybody all over again. Now, if you get the pizza doesn't come back. Only the bad guys. What a shitload of fuck. I mean, you can't even develop a strategy because the enemies keep changing. It's completely random. I can't get over this fucking jump. If only those 2 extra platforms weren't there, it wouldn't be a problem. God. Can I get up? Can I get up? No. God fucking damn it. Get the fuck up there. Get up there. Fuck. Whoa, dudes. This game's like a total bummer. What a joke. Fuck. Well, you can just walk over it? You can just walk over it. You are scum. Cowabunga. Cow a fucking piece of dog shit. This game is diarrhea coming out of my dick. This game is as appealing as a fucking ooze-infested, dirty fucking sewer rat shit. I've had more fun playing with dog turds. Shredders my ass and splinters my balls. This game is an inside-out asshole regurgitating putrid anal fecal matter. I'd rather fucking yank all the hairs out of my scrotum. I'd rather drink diarrhea vomited out of a buffalo's anus. It sucking fucks, it fucking sucks, it fucking blows, it's a piece of shit. And I don't like it.